often when the time calls for it, we forget that it's an option. This is the power of compassion. A compassionate person is someone who is aware of their own emotions as well as the emotions of others. We all have the potential to be compassionate people, yet how often, in the countless choices we face in a day, do you truly consider the impact that your choice will have on others? Now, I'm going to take us a little bit off topic, but I'll circle back, so you just have to bear with me. One of my favorite books is called Wonder by R.J. Palacio. The book is about a 10-year-old boy named August Pullman, who was born with facial deformity. As such, he has faced many hardships in his life. The book features themes of regret and hatred and prejudice, but also of growth, forgiveness, and acceptance. One of the most important messages that comes from the book is said by the teacher who tells his students that when given the choice between being right and being kind, they must always choose kind. This is so important because not only does it educate children when they're young to consider the impact of their choices, but it also reminds us that that is what kindness is, a choice. Yes, it's an easier choice to make when we're young, because when we're kids, that is the media that surrounds us. Our parents and the adults often try to guard us from the harsh realities of life. As such, we believe that the power of friendship and kindness can defeat any evil. But then we grow up, and it's harder and harder to choose kindness, because as if overnight the narrative shifts. Now we have to be prepared for the real world, and we're shown these stories in the news that are very dark and bleak. Yes, there are some good ones too, but really they're outshone by all the horrible things happening. We make this connection internally that what we need to achieve in life is wealth, prestige, and power. And to get there, you don't have to be a nice person. In fact, many of the people we see in the news aren't nice people, but have money and prestige and influence. We get trapped in this mindset that if those are the things we need to succeed in our lives, and kindness won't get us to those things, then it's not in the equation. We don't need it to succeed. This sets off the first domino in an effect that causes an endless cycle, or what we think is endless because it's so hard to break out of. Somebody who used to believe that kindness and the power of friendship could defeat anything now wants to be rich and believes that kindness won't get them there, and so they hurt me. I take that hurt and I think that it's only fair that because I've been hurt, I can wound others, and so I wound you. And you think, well, this is the way of things, and so now I can hurt others and strike back, go on the offensive, because that's only fair, right? It happened to you, so now you can help it happen to others. You probably aren't doing this intentionally, but often it's the result that's occurred. And then it just happens over and over. We hurt others before we can be hurt first, and when we do get hurt, we strike back because it's fair and it's the way of things and it's normal. Everyone does it. But what if it doesn't have to be normal? It's hard to break away from the cycle. I'm not here to tell you that it's easy, but it's worth it. If even one person follows your lead, you will have changed their life. The way of breaking free of the cycle of cruelty is to embrace the power of kindness, childish as it may sound. Perhaps we should be listening to kids a bit more. The power of kindness is something that we can all use. Instead of taking the hurt someone is giving to you and passing it on to someone else, acknowledge it for what it was, painful. It doesn't matter what the intention was behind it, because that is the impact that it had with you. Instead of carrying it with you, it takes a lot of strength to take that weight off your shoulders, that pain, and to leave it behind. It'll be hard, and I'm not here to judge you if you don't do it, but it's important to try. And then, if you do take that weight and you leave it behind and you keep going, and you encourage others to do the same, slowly the cycle will stop having such a toll on our lives. And before you think, well, I'm just one person, I can't make a difference, let me stop you. When this happens, here's a task, if you will. Try smiling at a stranger, someone you've never seen before. More often than not, they'll smile back. And you'll realize that just a simple shift in your features can make somebody smile. And if they don't smile back, that's okay. Run the test a couple more times. Slowly, you'll come to the conclusion that you do have an impact on someone you have never met before, simply by changing a couple features in your face. We all have power, even if we are just individuals. It is only a matter of whether we use it or not. I think we might be waiting for a hero to show us that it's possible, because it's much easier to walk a well-worn trail a lot easier to go out there, put yourself out there, and be kind after someone shows you that it's possible. But what's stopping you from being that person? Probably that it isn't the norm and that as such it's really scary. But ultimately, we can be the hero. We can take that first step and show that it is possible to keep going. And show that it is possible to be kind and successful. Now, this is not to say that you should forgive everyone that's ever hurt you. In fact, I'd be lying if I said that there's not a person who I think of when I wrote this speech who I wanted to give a piece of my mind to. It'd feel really good to get it off your chest, wouldn't it? To just say, you've hurt me, this is what it's done. And from experience, I can tell you that it doesn't actually feel good to say it. It doesn't really help anything. And all we're left with when we do that, when instead of forgiving a person and moving forward, we just show them the same hatred that they have shown us, all we get from that exchange is a chance to become like them. We show them a reflection, we become that reflection. It's hard, it's isolating, but you can move forward. We're humans, we'll make mistakes, but trying is better than nothing, right? It'd be a really bleak world if we believed there was such thing as a good person and a bad person. Yes, there are people who do bad things and people who do good things, but ultimately, cruelty is not a hereditary trait. Cruelty isn't inherited through bloodlines. It's something that we see around us and that we're taught. But compassion isn't hereditary either. Compassion is also something we see around us and that we take in. We do not have the power over what we're taught when we grow up, but we have boundless opportunities over what we teach. And so, we do not have to forgive everyone that's hurt us, but we do not have to become like them. They have taught us cruelty, and we can turn that lesson into something else. We can instead spread kindness. My final message to you is this. When given the choice between being right and being kind, choose kind. You may believe that because you are an individual, you won't have an impact, but I assure you that you will. Even changing one person's mind will change their world, and I think that that is worth it. It won't be easy, and because we're humans, we're bound to mess up sometimes. But that's okay, because as long as we put in that little bit of effort, as long as we try to break from the cycle and put down that weight of pain, just for a moment, we can change the world. It's hard to imagine that it's that simple, and really I am simplifying it quite a bit. But there's no other way to explain it. We have the option to be kind. It is only a matter of whether we choose to be or not. And I don't know about you, but I believe that that is a power. That knowing the impact we have on others can change the world if we use that power for good. And I think our world could use a bit of a system change. So thank you for listening, and I hope you